Senior Hiker 77. Guess what I got in the mail today? My new from AliExpress. It's LanShan 1 upgraded, and it's a new design, and it's advertised as less than 2.5 pounds, just a little bit less, but I'm gonna weigh it now and see what. On my scale, it's a sub 3 pounder, but it's a little bit over. But I hadn't opened it yet. There may be some things in it. It's got its guy lines and step stakes, so the tent itself is less than 2.5 pounds, I guess. But right now it's just a little under 3 pounds. You know, I'm not sure they know what to call it. I'm gonna have to put a link down in the description for you. You can go, but you know, I have the LanShan 1P and I have the LanShan 2P, 1 person, 2 person. This is in between. This is, in my opinion, this should be called a LanShan 1.5P, 1.5 tent. But anyway, I'll have a picture of it up here, and I'll also put a schematic, a top view schematic of the dimensions, and of course it's in metric, but you can translate it into inches and feet. You subscribers that know exactly what this video is going to be about, I'm gonna put a card up here for you, an information card that you can go to one of my other videos that subscribers and viewers seem to get a few giggles out of. But if you're not interested in the review. Now for the rest of you, I'm gonna take and beam you over to the campsite, and we'll do the review there. So here we go. Oh, there you are. I think I put the wrong coordinates in and sent you to a horror movie. But nevertheless, you're here now. All right, I pitched a tent. In fact, let me reposition this camera so you can see the tent. Okay, now that I've pitched the tent, I didn't want to waste a lot of time on showing you how to pitch the tent, because I'll put a link down to a YouTube channel where they actually show you how to pitch this tent, and I don't have to waste time doing it. Now the one that the internet shows is the red tent. This comes in black, red, and white. I love the red looking one and the black, but I felt like it'd be too hot in the summertime here in the south where I do most of my hiking. So that's how I ended up with white. Now here is 5 step stakes that I hadn't used yet, and I was weighing them the other day when I first got this tent, and there's 12 step stakes that came with it, and it come to 8 ounces, almost that's a half a pound. So I went ahead and ordered some titanium shepherd hooks. They didn't come in today, so I'm still using these. But actually using them at the house, and then a few minutes ago setting this tent up, I like this better than the groundhog stakes. The groundhog stakes, when you pull them up, you got to clean them off. These seem to work a little bit better. But anyway, let's get into the review. Now, the first thing you may notice is there's no flap on the vestibule. No storm flap. They've replaced it with a weatherproof zipper, so you don't have to worry about snags. Now, I'm gonna show you what these 5 go to in just a second, but let me go over this vestibule real quick. Now, what happens is what they've done, they added this little strap here, and if you need more ventilation, they provided this little strap here. And of course, this could be a doggy door also. For you guys that hike with animals and dogs, this could be a doggy door. So let's put it back. Now, Now I need to reposition the camera, but I'm going to show you where these 5 go. Actually, if you under 6 foot, right now it's pretty easy to set up. Once you initially set up the enter and click it in, you just throw it out like a bedspread. You stake out 4 corners, you put your trekking pole in, stake it out, and then stake out your vestibule. End of story. You could go to sleep in it like that if you're real tired. But if you're over 6 foot, we need to go ahead and show you how to use these 5 extra step stakes. And let me reposition the camera. Okay, this is one end of the tent, and they have, I don't think this one's necessary, but nevertheless we'll use it since they have it. And then this, you see, pulls out. You can get a couple of more inches on your mesh inside. So let's take it on out. Let's take it on out and get that extra inch or 2 on the inside. Now I need to reposition and go around back. Okay. We're around back. This, let me just move it over. Now they send 3 extra tie outs for you. I've already did the 2 on the side, but this one will be in the back. And I think this one would be the most important if you're over 6 foot, which I'm 6 foot ½ an inch, okay? So this one, see, pulls out and gives you a little bit more. Now it only uses one, this tent uses 1 trekking pole, but you can take your other trekking pole. Now see, I don't have enough. So you'd have to replace this one. But you would stake it out and give yourself a couple of more inches of mesh inside. But for now, since I don't have it, I'll go ahead and stake it out, and we'll go take a look on the inside. Okay. So also, they have a little Velcro plastic doodad here. One thing I meant to mention was this tent is seam sealed on the inside, but when they added this little detail here, they just sewed right through the seam seal. So I picked this up from watching another YouTube video where they said that it would wick in moisture or water and go in the little tab and drip. I don't know, I never had that happen, but these 3, 1, 2, 3, I went ahead and used some Neek Wax waterproof spray, but I got close enough and made little puddles, and it just sucked it right in. So I left it 3 or 4 days till it dried. But anyway, I didn't have that. I did that with my other LanShan tents and didn't have a problem with it. So hopefully that's going to take care of that. Now, right off the bat, what was the deal breaker on the LanShan 1P was the trekking pole. It was right in the way of my knee. When I throw up a knee at night, it would hit the trekking pole. Now this is 39 inches wide or 99 centimeters. And anytime I refer to inches and feet, I'll post up here the metric numbers for my international viewers. But anyway, I appreciate this oversized this oversized door, but it's a dual zipper, so you can this side and with your other hand like this. Now, you don't have to be concerned about coming out because the pole's not in your way. But let's roll this up. Now I brought this tape measure to give you a few measurements, and I did check it, and it's a generous 39 inches or 99 centimeters. Now we'll do some more measurements in a minute, but this is a this is my this is a 30-inch Climate sleeping pad. That's my go-to pad. So this is the winter version. I also have the summer version, but I also have the Neo Air 25-inch. I have the Big Agnes SLX Q-Core 25-inch. 25 inch is a minimum. I'm not sleeping on anything less than that. But this is, I think it's 72 inches by 30 inches. So let me bring you in closer and you can see the room. Well, in fact, let me just get in. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you the truth, it's acceptable as a 1.5 person tent, but since I've experienced two-person tent, the LanShan 2P, if I'm going on a longer hike than overnight or the weekend, I probably would bring this one, even though, you know, it's a they call it a pyramid tent. So, you know, it goes up like that. You're gonna have issues with this mesh, but I'm 6 foot. I can deal with it. But I like my two-person tent. I like my room. But in any case, it's all positive right now for this particular tent. If you're under 6 foot, I can't see why you wouldn't get it. It's $100 shipped, but you have to wait 2-3 weeks to get it. Alrighty, that's about it. Did I forget anything, Mike? You want to say hello to Sweeps? Mike's over there taking a nap.
Did you say something about vegetable area?
What?
Big vegetable.
Vestibule. Oh, it's a generous vestibule. Yes, it is. Good morning. It was last night after I did the review. Mike P. Hiker, he's handling the phone right now, but he came over and helped me. And I tell you one thing, you have to have the trekking pole. I had it at 49 inches. It has to be 51 inches. After we have readjusted everything, fixed the mesh inside, it's an awesome tent. I slept in it last night. It's not a two-person tent, but it is awesome. It got down to 52 degrees. Well, it got down in the 50s Fahrenheit, I think 10 degrees Celsius. But it was a cool night. I enjoyed it. It's not a two-person tent, but if I had gotten this tent first, I think I would have stayed with this one. I would have never gotten the two-person tent. But the fact that I've got a two-person tent, and I like that extra space in there, that this I'll keep and use on long hikes, longer hikes. But I think I'll go back to my two-person tent. Now next week I'm gonna change out my inner winter full season inner tent on my two-person tent. I'm gonna change it back to the 3-season inner tent, and I'll do a short video on that next week. Well, thanks for watching.